Hello everyone and welcome back to Microsoft Intune Training. In this session, I will show you how to create a configuration profile to enable administrator account. Administrator account is by default. In most of the cases, it's not enabled. So in case in your organization, if number of devices administrator account is disabled, you can create a configuration profile and apply to those devices as a group to enable those administrator accounts and then later apply lapse policy on them to have full control over the device. To have administrator privilege on devices is extremely important for the IT team in most cases. So in the organization, many a times the administrator account is by default it is disabled. I'm going to show you how to create a policy to enable the administrator account, and in order to do that, let's go back to our Intune portal. And as you can see, I am on the Intune portal right now. Let's go to home page, devices, Windows, configuration, and create policy, new policy. You can see BitLocker policy here because the other day we created BitLocker policy. So that is the reason why you see that policy over here. I'm going to create another policy. Let's go ahead and click on new policy, Windows 10 and later, system catalog. Selecting system catalog is an easier approach because you can simply type in the name and it should give you all the relevant settings that is there in the administrative template. So I'm going to give a name as enable administrator account. This policy enables administrator account on the devices. Let's go next, add setting, and let's search for the setting. So it should be something like administrator account status. So I know the name, that is why I wrote it as it is to find the setting in one search, but you might have to search it via administrator or account. It will show up, but you will have to scroll a little, search a little, and you will find this. I'm going to bring the setting down to the setting page. If I leave this setting as it is, as not configured or disabled, and deploy it to the set of devices, it will disable the account. If the set of devices that I'm targeting, if the administrator account is enabled, and if we do not configure the setting and deploy it to those devices, the administrator account will be disabled. So right now I'm enabling it and I will deploy it to those number of devices. What it will do is it will enable the administrator privileges on those devices. And let's select the same group, dynamic group with group tag, select, next, review, create. Let's refresh. So our second policy is created successfully, enable administrator account. So in most cases in organizations, for example, they will say ABC admin, something like that, and they will make that name as the administrator account throughout their organization, right? So in that case, what happens is when we create a lapse policy, that is the built-in administrator account. So when we enable this policy, it will target the built-in administrator account. It can be of any name. If it is with the default name as administrator, or if it is changed to something else, like I gave the example ABC 123 or anything like that, this policy will enable the administrator account on those devices. And in case of lapse, what happens in lapse is if we want to configure lapse policies on those devices, we will have to define the administrator account name in lapse policy as it is created. So we cannot just leave it to administrator and it will automatically take those account with ABCXYZ name and it will change the password. It will generate the password in Entra. It won't do that. So in lapse, it is very case sensitive. So in lapse, it requires the exact name. If you have changed the administrator account name in lapse policy, you will have to mention the exact administrator account name in the lapse policy. Only then it will generate the password in the Entra ID. And that's how you will have control over those devices with the lapse policy. I am going to show you how to create lapse policy in the coming lectures. Then I will show you in detail how to create another admin account, how to have control of that administrator account, and how to save the password of that administrator account over Entra. I will show you when I show the example of lapse policy. In this session, I have successfully enabled administrator account, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.